topic of this video is the responsibility regulatory hierarchy. The responsibility regulatory hierarchy has three levels. The highest level is the Practice Act and other regulatory and legislative encumbrances that we have upon our practice of physical therapy. This would include the Practice Act, any other state laws, any federal laws that are in play, and that we are required by law to follow. The second level is one that we enter into voluntarily, and this is contractual agreements, such as provider agreements, enrollment activities with different insurance companies, contractual arrangements that we may have with other providers, such as when we staff out to home health agencies or hospitals or other practices. Could also be other institutions. And then lastly, the base of all this is our professional standards, the manner in which we believe therapy should be provided, and the rules that we choose, again voluntarily, to follow. The triad includes the legislative, legal, legislative Practice Act, civil and contractual agreements, and the professional standards, including the APTA standards and the human resource standards of our organizations. What is important about this is that we need to know that these are encumbrances upon the way that we practice. Some of them are involuntary, such as our Practice Act, although we obviously are legislatively very involved in most of our states. And other ones are very voluntary, such as the contracts that we enter into. Now, once we enter into those contracts, our actions are no longer voluntary, and we have an agreement. We've made an agreement to follow the rules and to practice according to those rules we've agreed to. And then lastly, of course, the professional standards that are set. So we need everyone to understand how do these different levels affect us. We have to understand there are tons of rules and tons of requirements, and that there's liability if we don't follow these. Now, as we've talked about before, the successful worker has 6 things that they have to be able to do in order to be successful. They need to know what to accomplish, how to accomplish it, have access to the tools to accomplish it, be motivated to succeed, take responsibility for their own success, and recognize success when it occurs. And failure in any one of these 6 aspects decreases the likelihood of a positive worker outcome. Looking at the regulatory responsibility hierarchy, it would be an important fact for you to reflect upon what are the ways that you can help your staff become successful, first in understanding this hierarchy, and then also in following the rules that are involved. Now, we'll be talking more about the rules when we talk about the regulatory grid and other issues of compliance and reimbursement. That's what we wanted to talk about in this brief video on the responsibility regulatory hierarchy. This is Peter Kovacek wishing you all the best.